I love the curtain.
Oh, the music is the best for me. This is my favorite part coming up. Hold on. There it is. I love it. And the look.
The old video.
I love it. Why not?
Scrolling through my phone.
There he is.
No way.
Our new guest star. Hi, Brother Jordan.
And the pan to the front of the church. You can see the saints.
Well, welcome back to the Wednesday edition of Parish.
They love us. They love us. You're picking that up when we leave.
Well, we have an empty chair.
I just wanted to
today.
shove it down.
Sad to say that.
Oh, what a beautiful
not
machine
being able to
that
work
is.
local. I have enlisted
Look at
him
that
for
fresh
it,
popcorn.
and,
Doesn't
Just
get better.
like you
he's
wanted.
cameraman today.
Been talking about this for a week. We can watch the episode, eat popcorn.
Has to work out.
I got this under control.
I can't get enough of Parish.
Nope, we have first some greetings from
This
some
little
of our
video,
viewers.
wasn't
I
that
think
good?
among
Yeah, that was
youngest.
awesome.
The lawn guy is my favorite. Right out there. Nope. They should give us a rebate because I didn't mean to cut off Isidora there.
So we had to get that in the beginning clip.
But her poor mother.
And while the children
This is, like,
seem to be
intense.
enjoying still a little bit of the crazy days they get to have
In the face.
at
Here it
home. We
comes.
don't know how the parents are doing.
Oh, it's cool.
So at least no one's lost their sense of humor. We have some guests introduced today. These are, well, generous response of our parishioners.
The sound
who
effects,
knew
it's
that
more of an
Father
art
Patrick and I
form
were
than a
starving to
science,
death
you
here.
know?
Yes,
And
very
so
well.
we wanted to make sure we had enough sugar to last us into the next life.
Instead of the Catholic Charity Appeal,
Today we're doing salt.
Today we're doing salt.
And it's been a great success.
Well, we should.
So we want to thank you all, and
We got
should
work
do
to
the
do
episode
today.
today.
We have work
We
to
have to
do.
do the episode.
All right. All right, let's get to business. Rolling.
Well, happy Feast Day.
Feast Day, thank you. A lot of nice emails about that, kind and forgiving people, as always, at St. Pius.
Yeah.
It's not easy to eat chocolate, peanut butter, and Rice Krispies all at once, so.
And speakers.
Well, that was the problem.
Just watching them over your little paw.
I needed a napkin.
It's sort of like Pooh Bear trying to get the honey out of the jar. Oh.
Well, we're very happy to have you join us again for the fourth episode of Parish, which will be airing on Saturday.
004.
004, sorry. So we
We're
don't
professional.
get I understand. I
This
do.
is a legitimate operation.
My apologies.
Thank you.
So, we hope that you all had an enjoyable, delightful feast of St. Pius V on Thursday. We certainly did because we had popcorn for the first time together in our new machine. Oh, complete. What else is in there? Are there any budget envelopes in there? People have been leaving budget envelopes all over the place. The poor box, the pews, in cookie containers for an interest. Speaking of cookies, we have two cookies to preview today. Once we're done with a little popcorn, we have to have the appetizer first.
See, the salt gets you.
That went very well.
Brother Jordan's going to clean up that
Here, I got
side,
this.
too.
Right, you ready?
I'm leaving. This bowl, I have to tell you, you'll see it when we're done with the popcorn, but this bowl was filled with peanut butter cookies. Oh, thank you, Father Patrick.
You always serve the eldest first.
I would agree. It's more like a medieval tithe to the reigning feudal lord.
Tribute.
But this bowl was filled with peanut butter cookies and ginger snaps. And they were warm still when they arrived in that bowl, and absolutely delicious.
Thanks for calling me.
We can't, of course, reveal name. Well, we did, but you didn't answer. We can't reveal names, but I assume you want your bowl back, but we're going to use it today, and maybe it becomes part of parish legend then. We just keep it in the archives because it appeared on.
It's a very famous bowl now.
Parish
It's on
or
Parish or
Parish.
Parish. We should auction the Parish or Parish props at Pius Palooza.
We can't give them away. Did you put salt on this one?
Yes, would you like some more?
No, I just wanted to.
Thank you very much.
I can't taste it after all that sugar.
Do-do-do-do.
No. I don't want any more.
Season to flavor.
No, I can't. No, it's very good.
Yes,
You
Father.
tell me what you think.
Season to taste. There you
Actually, no, really.
It's Himalayan mountain salt.
I'm appreciative of
It's
that.
very good for you.
Yeah.
It's a pink color.
I'm happy for that too. It's raining today, and so probably the lawnmower will not be back, so we need to find something else to fill our time.
It's exciting. But we can, instead of seeing the grass be cut, today we can sit here and just watch it grow.
That's a good one.
It's very green. The grass is getting
Beautiful.
greener, you know.
It is.
Every
Everything's
sign
changed.
is spring.
You see me more as like the comic relief guy off screen, like you know how Conan had that musician guy, the head musician
Yeah,
guy
the
with
band
solos,
leader.
the band leader.
Yeah.
Is that more? Am I an active member of this dialogue, or is it more kind of just?
You just
okay,
gotta
when
jump in.
everything else. And that's why
You gotta jump in.
haven't. Yeah.
We have a
You haven't heard anything from me yet because
You know.
it's hard. It's just hard.
It's not like the liturgy, Jordan. You know, in the liturgy, you only have your 3 lines. Well, 2 right now, because you don't get to give your sign of peace on it.
Nope, that's
But,
true.
you know,
100%.
St. Pius Parish or Parish is a little bit more open than that. You know?
So this, what you're telling me is this is formation for the priesthood
I think that's right. Yeah.
after a certain.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
We'll tell the student master. Father John Chrysostom, see your boy over here? Preaching, teaching for souls.
This is phenomenal.
Brother Jordan was a big hit in our Lenten series on the Dr. Brand Petrie's book on Jesus as the Bridegroom. We divvied up the lectures among the 3 of us. If you haven't had a chance to see those yet, and if the stay-at-home order is continuing even longer, you may want to review those.
Especially if it still feels like Lent, which it
Yes,
probably does for
it
most
does.
of you.
I think second time's really the charm for those
It has to
videos.
soak in, you know?
It's like an episode of Parish or Parish. You know, maybe you don't get all the jokes the first time. They're so tightly written. Some of them are pretty highbrow.
There's a subtlety to it, you know? A subtlety.
Okay. So, any news from the parish?
It's okay.
We also have recent cookie deliveries.
We have some new little arrivals
The
here.
most recent was like just as we were popping the, oh, thank you, Brother Jordan. We were popping the popcorn, and lo and behold, the doorbell rings, and the person, you know, runs away, but I got to the door quick enough. I have leopard-like reflexes when it comes to cookies at the door.
Cat-like indeed.
Indeed. So look at these. We got these last Easter, and they were remarkable. And I was wondering, maybe the person was following Orthodox Easter, which is usually a little later, because they didn't show up for Jesus' resurrection this year. And I thought Father Patrick said something he shouldn't have to them, so we didn't get them. But in fact, there they are. Beautiful. Brother Jordan?
They are. Yes, please. This one's for you, Aunt Lucy.
They no greeting family members.
This
is
sorry.
a parish product.
The beautiful
these
thing
are
is that
incredible.
I mean, we're drawing more people to St. Pius than we did when the doors were open.
The argument has been made we're a better virtual parish than actual parish. But we'll see how we do after the pandemic.
Thank you very much for these, though.
I hope that everyone who enjoys this will come by and pray in our church and enjoy the life of our parish, which should be great after the pandemic. It'll look remarkable after a pandemic, actually.
You know.
Now,
Speaking of that time, Father James.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for the
did you
reminder.
Yeah.
We're getting ready. We have everything cleaned in the church. We've taken the hymnals out to be sanitized. And I just thought I'd put it in the back of your mind that if you come across any little extra sanitizing wipes, or we got the sanitizing lotion, and masks, face masks, if you want.
Purell. People it's not lotion.
It's not lotion, Purell, fine. But face masks, if you make face masks, we could always use extra of those when we come back, because I can only imagine the different things we'll have to do, and we do pray that we'll be able to have mass together soon, but no word yet on that, so we'll just have to keep our ears open for that. But that would be a great little gift if you have an extra one. Buy one for yourself and give us one. That's, don't give us two. We don't need that many, but if, and then we'll just make sure that all the pews are cleaned and, the hymnals.
Wouldn't it be great if we got a pretzel machine?
Now you're talking.
We could add that to the popcorn.
No.
There used to be one who lived here. His name was Albert Duke. Father
Oh,
Albert Duke.
Father Albert, that's right.
You
He
know?
is a pretzel machine.
Excellent.
Pretzels.
But that would be good. That would be good.
I think that's the next step from popcorn.
That is beautiful. See, it has a light too. Do you see the light? No. Now it's off. Thank you for those.
Now, today, when we're filming, today is actually the feast of St. Pius V.
It is.
So I was thinking we could each go around and share our favorite story about Pope St. Pius V. And I'll go first, because I only know one.
I was going to say,
I don't want you to take
well, I have to think if I know one. All right.
My favorite story of Pope St. Pius V is about him going to pray one day, and one of the many pious gestures that he would take is that he would take a crucifix.
You just stole my story.
That's why I went first, because it's the good one.
Everything he did was a pious gesture. He was pious.
Oh. Wow. Anyway, Pope St. Pius V would take this crucifix and he would gently kiss the feet of the Lord on the cross. A beautiful and very touching gesture. Well, some of his enemies knew this, and so they poisoned the feet of the crucifix so that when he went to kiss it, he would be poisoned and he would die. But it so happened that when he went to venerate the crucifix after his enemies had put poison on the feet, the crucifix moved its legs out of the way so that Pius couldn't touch his lips to the feet of the Lord, thereby saving his life.
It's a beautiful.
Providence has many different manifestations, some more dramatic than others, huh?
There's a depiction of this, actually, in the rectory chapel where we've been saying Mass. So there's a picture of Pope St. Pius V venerating the crucifix. And in fact, that's why you often see him depicted with a cross like that, recalling this moment where his life was threatened. All right, so what's your story?
I was thinking Brother Jordan. And we might not have time before I have to give a story. Brother Jordan, do you have one?
For me, it's more of a reflection than a story, but the fact that he did, as a 14-year-old, meet his first Dominicans. For me, I was 18. For him, he was 14.
Oh, yeah, when you came to Providence College, not when you entered.
No.
Slightly older. He just got his Social Security check when he entered.
A novice master's always looking for
all
that
the
cash.
glory days. But I think about who are those two Dominicans? Who are those instruments that the Lord used, the sons of Saint Dominic, who introduced him to the order and were instrumental to the production of this incredible saint and leader in the church.
But we don't know.
And
we
we
have
don't
no
know.
idea who they are.
And
Two randos.
And yet somehow they get to share and they participate in the glory that is revealed through Saint Pius. There's something about I feel like in my life I'm going to be more of one of those kinds, which is nameless, and that's fine. Glory to God. But to think of just all the instruments that the Lord uses to create us, to make a saint, you know.
Blessed Jordan of New Bedford.
Amen.
It's got a
A
nice
seaside town. I never thought of New Bedford as a seaside
It's got a nice
town,
little
but
ring to it.
he does. Well, mine is also maybe more a reflection on a series of events in St. Pius's life, and that is when, and I mentioned this in the episode when we talked about the Battle of Lepanto, which I will not go back, just go back to episode 002.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But St. Pius's great confidence in the Blessed Mother and in prayer by entrusting the success of the Battle of Lepanto to Our Lady of the Rosary, and to have the sailors praying the Rosary as they went into battle, to have the confraternities of the Rosary in Rome praying the Rosary, and he himself praying the Rosary. Maybe these have been, difficult days for you, and maybe you found, yourself overwhelmed by worries or concerns, but then we can all ask ourselves, have we been praying enough during these days? Do we really just let it all be offered to the Lord and pray through the mysteries of the Rosary so that we can, understand the mysteries of our own life a little bit better? Because if the Rosary is any indication, then it'll be luminous and joyful, sorrowful, not glorious yet, that always comes later, but I think that's one of the lessons St. Pius reminds us of. A second one...
Oh!
because I'm the pastor, I get to talk longer. It'll be edited, don't worry.
2 sermons Sullivan.
They don't listen to the first half. No, but the second one is just that St. Pius, especially in these days, he truly was known as a saint who cared for the sick and the poor, as Pope even. And I'm not very good in that regard. I'm not. I'm not a good priest when it comes to caring for the sick and the poor. I try, but I'd rather do video clips and eat popcorn and we have another cookie, by the way. The little bag, we can bring over the Ziploc bag. Another guest we have for look at these. Now, I'm going to finish that story about the sick and the poor, but first, just to say, look at that cookie. A perfect little almond, and it's, you know, it's marzipan or almond paste.
Do you need a minute? We're taping the show here.
You can edit it if you don't like it, you know. But you'll enjoy. I want to make sure we get this cookie on because this was another special delivery, as well as all the others. So, St. Pius really is that's good to do that. St. Pius really is a great example of caring for the sick and the poor. And in that regard, I want to thank you all for the many gifts that you've continued to give to the St. Vincent de Paul Society of the parish. A number of you have dropped off your budgets, and thank you for that, and your centennial campaign, and even one parishioner gave their stimulus check to the parish.
Wow.
Which is really generous, and thank you for that. But for all the many gifts that people continue to make to the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and just today, someone gave me a gift for the St. Vincent de Paul Society to care for the poor in our parish. So I want to thank all the members of our parish society that work so hard to help people most in need, and that just lives more in the memory of Pope St. Pius V.
Anything else?
Did I mention the almond cookies? The new Easter cookies, the popcorn, the face masks, the Clorox wipes, and the Purell. Oh, and the St. Vincent de Paul Society. No, we have
loading up.
You're so good.
There's our episode.
So good.
Right there, all the visual aids.
Well, we continue to bring the new and exciting news from St. Pius V Parish. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your continued prayers for all of our parishioners, especially